Well, hello again, and welcome to another quick episode of Holding History. Let me just briefly explain what I'm displaying in front of you today. Just a little amalgamation of things from my collection. We'll get to the silver piece here in just a moment. The book, which I chose just because I like the look of the leather, and it is from a more contemporary time period of history than anything else that I own to this piece of silver here. This is a little French book, a treatise on law practices, and the printing is 1766, I believe. So some good age on this leather. Thought it might be a nice backdrop. This is a little piece of shipwreck silver that I picked up as a kid on a family vacation to the Bahamas, where the shipwreck actually occurred way back in 1656. And silver, don't laugh at me, I'm going to try the name of the ship. It was the Nuestra Senora de las Maravillas, which I believe translates to Our Lady of Wonders. So kind of a cool name on this ship. I just recently learned that this treasure actually, or this cargo that you see here, actually was sunk 2 different times on 2 different ships. So this was regarded by treasure seekers as kind of a cursed cargo. And I believe that was recovered previously to this sinking. It had sunk on a ship only 2 years prior in 1654. But just a little chunk of silver here. Most of the strikings on these from this wreck would have been 1650, 1655. I think was very common. And this obviously a very low grade piece. It's going to have the shipwreck effect on it. So. Things like this that you would expect to see. The back or the front, I'm not sure which, is pretty much obliterated on this one. I'm sticking to the fact that I think this is probably not a counterfeit piece or reproduction piece. It was purchased in the Bahamas, probably at a less reputable coin shop than what I would have possibly been able to research and find out in today's market. It did come with a certificate of authenticity, which I do still retain. It's obviously very fancy here, this certificate. It's uncounterfeitable. This is just, no, I'm just kidding. It's Xeroxed onto parchment paper, so nothing super special here with a certificate. And then this little placard came with it, Maravillas, Spanish Treasure Trove, North Shore, Grand Bahama Island. And the little coin shop that I purchased it at actually is very near. It was in Grand Bahama Island, so it was very near to where the actual wreck occurred a few hundred years before we picked it up. About 1994 is when this would have been picked up. So, just a little piece of silver, not necessarily pirate silver, just a Spanish fleet that was trying to get this, as far as I can understand, back to the old world. But it just wasn't happening. This piece would have been struck in either Mexico City or Peru or Bolivia, I believe, where most of the cargo was from. But anyway, interesting story here. I'll post a couple of links in the description below that just gives you some history on the wreck itself, and just some interesting facts about this. I've owned it for quite a few years. I hope it's real. If it's an obvious fake and anyone can alert me to that fact, I probably won't shed many tears if you tell me. I wouldn't be surprised to buy some counterfeit paper money at that same shop, some counterfeit Confederate paper money. So. They weren't above selling things that weren't 100% real. The only thing I'm really concerned about. But I'm not too worried about this piece, again, unless someone can tell me, oh, I've seen 40 of these that look exactly like this. You have a fake. Go ahead and let me know so I don't inadvertently pass that on to someone else that I shouldn't pass it on to in the future. So anyway, thanks for taking a look, and I appreciate your viewing. Hope you have a great day.